Traders, welcome back to the channel. We're going to be going over AMC. I'm going to talk to you about the charts, where I see this going, and how I see it moving going into January. Now, if you are familiar with the channel, then it is not new that I've been talking about mid-November going into the end of the year, because this is when I saw a bulk of the movement to come, and I do think it is starting right now. So let's not waste any more time. Like, subscribe, do what you got to do. Let's get to it.
I got no drip in my pocket. Must have forgot it, or maybe
All right, so I'm going to try things a little bit differently here in the video. So I'm going to keep myself in the bottom left side of the screen. If you like it, don't like it, but it'll help me do pop-outs to go over specific things that I want to talk about. Now, this is the OBV on the 4-hour chart on AMC. Again, if you've been with me for any time at all, I've covered this quite often. Now, OBV really represents the actual buying going on the stock and the actual selling. And if you look at the OBV over the past few months, you'll notice there's really been no downturns, and you've actually been gradually pushing back to the upside. The last time you really saw this type of movement was back in May, and we all know what happened in May. That's when you got your first initial push all the way up to $70. Absolutely bonkers. And you're getting kind of the same movement, maybe more drawn out right now, but it looks awfully identical, and you're breaking above all the resistances as well. You can see you gradually are reclaiming and claiming new levels on the volume side of things. So as we do zoom out and look at the chart, there's things that I do want to look at, and I'm going to spend most of the actual chart on a shorter time frame, but it's important to know I see most of the movement beginning in the maybe beginning of December, but rolling into January. So this thing really could keep going into the end of the year, and that's what I expect. But I did not expect to see any really great movement until mid-November. That's what I've been saying. That's been my analysis. Another thing I want to talk about is I do believe the bottom locally is in before we reach a new high, or wherever that high is going to be. We talked about the last earnings that we had, not the previous here, but back here in August. You came down, touched 29. I thought the bottom was in. The bottom has been in so far, and now you're pushing back to these local highs as well. You're looking at this block that you've been sitting in for some time. If you look here over 2.5 months, you've been sitting in this range between 42 and roughly 34. This is, in my opinion, is exactly what I wanted. I didn't want to see any crazy pushes above or any massive dips down. You wanted sideways movement. You're getting exactly what you want when it comes to the implied volatility as well. So in my opinion, I'm going to tell you right now, I am not telling you to buy shares, stock, options, whatever it may be. What I like the most right now, if you're looking at anything when it comes to AMC, in my opinion, what I am looking to buy is going to be the March 2022 $95 strikes. Those, in my opinion, have the most luscious looking value. So that's what I'm looking at personally. If I'm looking to get in, that's what I want. Typically, I'm not going further out, but when I expect a huge, massive, giant, thicker than a bowl of oatmeal move, that's what I want. I do want to have some time on this. The Januaries are moving pretty good, but I think the Marches have more upside, in my opinion. Very out of the money, I understand, but they have a lot of time on them, and they move very, very well. Breaking down the chart right now, what exactly am I looking at? Where do I see this thing going? All right, so in Discord, I actually posted this last week while I was on vacation. You had that massive move up to like 44, 45, and then a pretty gnarly dip. Now, looking at it, in my opinion, I like it a lot. I talked about this most likely running up to 42.5, if you can see that right there. I said it was going to move back up to that range, and that's what I wanted to see, to 42, maybe 42.5, but 42.5 was going to be that key level of resistance. Now, getting out of Discord, you can obviously see as well, you had a really nice push today to that 42.5, and you're holding it now, and then you pushed all the way up to 44, filling that gap that you did have right here. Now, I'm trying to keep it as zoomed in as possible so you can continue to see what I'm looking at, but you had that gap fill right there, and now you're seeing that resistance. I think that this is still very strong. You actually held above that weekly level from last week we talked about, 42.5, even with that strong dip bouncing right on the daily. Everything that you want to happen right now with AMC is happening. Now, again, what I continue to say is I don't suspect you're going to see a massive gamma type squeeze right now. I expect slow, strong movement to the upside. Now, this was a very strong day if you really look at what happened. You had a nice dip going into Monday, pumping back up to 44. You're seeing great movement. We started the week at $40. You're up roughly 6-7% right now. On the highs of the week, you're up over 10%. This is what you want to see. Gradual growth, because it's going to get more of those options in the money, which is going to make this thing move faster, quicker, and stronger, which is ultimately what everyone wants, even if you don't own any shares on the option side of things. That's the important thing. Getting this thing slowly pushing up is going to get options in the money, which is going to create the buying power that you need. Also, there's a lot of buyers stepping in. That's why the OBV is so important. And that's why I focus so much on the longer term charts as well, because it shows you the overall map. So you're not surprised when you see little dips like down to 32. That's why it was all a part of the game plan. And that's why it's happening right on time right now. The last thing I want to look at is going to be the IWM. If you've been following me as well, we've been talking about this time and time again. This is what really cues the small caps, in my opinion. And before you saw the massive pump on IWM, guess what happened? You had a nasty push on AMC and GameStop back in January. Look at what's happening. You're breaking out of this massive trend. You almost sat in for roughly a year. You're pushing above. Everything is queuing up for these small caps. And so I can't be more excited about AMC, GameStop, and some of the other small caps that you're seeing moving right now, because all the signs are there going into the end of the year once again. Now, I'm not saying you're going to $10,000 or $1,000 on AMC, but I'm saying the chart looks absolutely insane. You're getting everything that you want. All right, so in closing, you need to know I am not a hype YouTuber or anything like that. I'm going to tell you exactly what I see happening, what I'm doing with my trades, where I'm looking to get in, where I'm looking to get out. Personally on this, I do not have those March 95s yet. I'm looking to buy them right now. So if I was trying to pump this, I would already own them. I own a 0%. Ask anyone in the Discord. When it comes to the options right now, I have none. I just have the shares. That's it. I'm looking to buy the March 95s as we speak. I've been focusing on other plays since I've been back, but right now I think AMC is queued up to start the movement going into the end of the year. I have not been this excited since roughly July, June, whatever it may have been. I like what I'm seeing. It looks incredibly strong. Like, subscribe, do what you gotta do. And remember, boys, we run the market.
I'm about to take off like a rocket. Houston, we might have a problem, but that don't mean money.